One of the main problems most of us have is the anxiety, this buzzword, like in this song, anxiety, da, 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 da. Yeah, but this is keeping us from expanding. This is why we are like stopping to evolve, okay? At some point, like what is changing? I'm approaching this age. I'm 34. Am I 34? Yeah, I'm 34. So I'm approaching slowly this age where people in the same age bracket, there's not so much inside change. At least you're not really recognizing. Also, the job is often very fixed. There's some, I know, I have some brave people that I know, some other parents that I know through my kids that changed their job. It's usually like they say, okay, yeah, this job was a bit boring. I do the other job. And they tell me what the other job is. And I feel like, that sounds like it's exactly the same like you do before. But maybe it's enough. So for me, there was always a bit of a horror scenario. But I noticed, like now that I thought about it, all the other people that I know that are my age, that are not like in my field, like in this field of self-development and so on, but the people that I don't know through my work, but through like casual interactions, like my neighbors or parents of friends of my kids, yeah, and they're all in this very safe jobs. Basically, they all work for the government. That's it. They all work for like somehow they all work. Everyone works for the government, I feel. Yeah, and if you don't work directly for the government, you're like a contractor that takes contracts from the government, or you're somehow in a space where the government collects the money that you will get at some point. And there's this beautiful book here. Bullshit Jobs by David Graeber. He's writing just great books. Like I recommend all the books. It's really, really great. Yeah. So he says certain percentage, I don't know anymore what it was, like 70%, super high percentage. He says people are saying about their job, about their work. It's not that he's saying this. People are saying this about their work, that this job is bullshit. Like it doesn't need to exist. Yeah. But why are people continuing? Like if this job, if it's not producing anything that is helpful for our society. I mean, if you think about it, there's so much like work that is. I'm starting to rant. I don't want to go into. I want to be cheerful. Stopping this little rant, but just like to end it. People stay for a long time in their job, even if it doesn't fulfilling them. Why? Because it's safe. Because otherwise there is the fear. And I understand, like the fear is like very, it's like, yeah. The feeling, the stench also, the stench from the fear that we evaporate and other people can feel it. We don't like to talk about it, the fear, but it's very present. It's very present all the time. Yeah. This morning, my phone rang. No, it didn't ring. It just bzzzt, this bzzzt, this bzzzt, bzzzt. It did the bzzzt. So it did this. I see a message. There's a message from someone. Who is this? I know him. What does he want? Is it something bad? Something good? I don't know. I need to look. I need to look now. I cannot deal with the anxiety. I need to look. I need to figure out what it is. Is it something bad? Is it something good? I read the message. Yeah, it's just a message. That's something that we about the date that we had to discuss, like when we meet. Like, okay, yeah, but it's still like crazy. This, what's happening? Like, did I do something? Is something happened to this person, or what's going on? And so it's like all the time. And I think I'm medium. I think I'm in the medium range of anxiety. And some of you listeners, my listeners or viewers also, maybe you just listen, might be in a high range or might be in a low range. And through my work, I work with all sorts of people. I work with people that have very high anxiety. And honestly, it's like way more difficult to work with people that have high anxiety because they will have much more that they... if you don't know what I'm doing, yeah, so I'm doing very broad practice for discovering the self, developing the self. It's a physical training. It's a mind about the mind also, like it's very vast, okay? But just as a side note. So I work with many people. And there are people that just do the work and they just do it. They also show up to the work. And that's the two things of the coin. Some people that have anxiety, they will ask lots of questions. It's like, am I doing this correct? Am I doing this correct? Da, 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 da. That's completely fine, yeah? It's not against people that have high anxiety. I don't care, like for me it's okay. Like people with low anxiety are a bit easier, but it's about you. It's about you guys, yeah? And also they get like stopped, they are not really doing the work so much because they always have these question loops. And that's the main thing. That's the main thing. So if we think about discovery who we really are, discovering the self, then it's like 50%. 50% is this. Because there's so much like, shall I do this or shall I do that? Da, da, da. What if I fail? Fail. Like we don't have a good failure culture. I'm from Germany, in case you couldn't hear that. I'm from Germany. So I think we maybe have a medium culture of failure. Definitely not like the US seems to be much better, you know? Like it's very like entrepreneurial, like people can fail. Yeah, I had this business and I failed. Nice, you failed. That's great. In Germany it's like, you failed. Yeah, okay, like you're still accepted. Yeah, but it's a bit demotivating to hear that you failed. And then in other countries, I've never been to Japan, but I hear about like Japan, that's what they say, like you should not fail. Yeah, this is the cliche. Maybe it's completely wrong about Japan. If I have Japanese listener, you can tell me. But yeah, this like in the movie where they do like because they failed. Okay, so Germany is like a medium, but still like it's not open enough. You know, it's not like, yeah, man, I really I failed completely. I'm like in debt. 1 million in debt. Yeah, I had to sell everything. I'm living under a bridge. It's like, man, nice. You're having a great adventure. It's cool. Like you will make it. You will make it back, and that's no problem. Like you're not a worse person because you tried. You are like an adventurer. Yeah, you're not sitting there 30 years, 50 years, 100 years. Who knows how long we are supposed to work? Yeah, thanks, Friedrich. Yeah, we will all continue to work. Relax. We will work, man. We'll work, my dear Chancellor. Forget about failure. Forget about it. Like, try not to fail in a sense, of course. Like, I mean, like, you don't fail on purpose, but who cares? Like, it's your life. You're living it one time. So just go. Just go. Who cares if, I tried this, doesn't work. So this anxiety, why is it all the time? What is this? What's the mechanics? Why did the DNA put it? Why was it in there? Why was it not put out? Like, is it helping us? Is it like saving us? Must have a good thing also, yeah? It saves us from things. Obviously, like the fear is helping us that we don't do dumb things, yeah? We don't injure ourselves and so on. But there's this psychological side of always being afraid of the other people. And we are so interconnected also. And I think that's the problem. It would be nice if we would be all a bit more self-sustainable, self-sustained, self-reliant, whatever. Yeah, so let's say we would all like this universal basic income. I don't really, like math-wise, I don't really know how it would work. But for some time I looked a lot into this because I find it interesting as a concept. Imagine no one has to work, you know? In a sense, there's no slavery. Because at the moment we're still slaves. Yeah, because we all the time have to sell ourselves to other people. We don't own anything. I cannot go and hunt or something like this. I always have to sell myself to other people. There's a bit of a slavery thing happening. So how would it be if that wouldn't be the case? Imagine, like, what would we do, you know? What would we as society do? We would treat each other like very differently, I think. Okay, back to topic. So anxiety. Feel it. Just recognize it's there, because very often we don't even acknowledge that it's there, you know? And I tell you one thing and I want to talk about in another video, where a lot of our anxiety is happening, is all the to-dos. All these different to-dos. To-do. Can you do this? Can you do this? And then our mind does also this, not other people, yeah? It's our mind that is doing this to-dos. Like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. I think it's called mental load also. Is this mental load? What people say, like this term, mental load, doesn't mean this, that you have a lot of to-dos and you're overwhelmed by these to-dos, yeah? So we don't have to do all this stuff. We don't have to do all this stuff. Do some techniques, you know, write it down, make your lists, prioritize, you know, like this from seven traits of highly effective people or something like that. This very, very famous book by Covey, I think. Yeah, there's this matrix. Okay, like urgent and important, urgent, unimportant, important, non-urgent, and unimportant and unurgent. Yeah, and we are very often caught in the urgent. Okay, I have to do this now, I have to do this now, blah, 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 blah. And then we never do the actually important things that are not urgent, like developing ourselves that goes through years, or like going a new path and so on. And it's never done because in this frenzy of the anxiety, deal with it, just be okay. Like there's a lot of things that also my brain says I need to do, the government says I need to do, my employee says I need to do, my spouse says I need to do, my kids say I need to do, yeah? My left side of the brain says I need to, right side of the brain, and so on and so forth. Okay, but I know I need to do this, like I want to build the house, you know? Because what's happening so much is you put all the stones, but not on top of each other. They're not building a wall, yeah? They're not building the wall of the house, yeah? But they're just, okay, I put them from there to there to there, and this is why so many years after, like nothing really changed. Like we're still the same, we still have the same fears, like it's not like poof, we really expanded. So let's expand. That's one main thing, the anxiety, and the other thing is the energy. Yeah, to figure out how do I have energy, because that's, you know, there's this thing now that we realize how many people actually have the chronic fatigue, like the ME/CFS, like this. But also like many that have like a less severe thing, yeah. And for years, why? Like we didn't like, because that's not something new. That's not something new. It's not a disease that comes up suddenly. Now after COVID, like it became, we got more aware of it. But it was there all the time. Yeah, suddenly we get aware of it. And before it was like, no, this doesn't exist. It exists, of course, like huge, immense, energetic problems that people have existed forever. And if you look how the life is of someone that is ME/CFS, it's not great. It's not great. It's not a great life. Yeah. Being in good energy, that's basic. That's basic for being able to do your stuff, being able to expand yourself and living your life. Energy. So you figure out also what do I need to do energy? What do I need to do to have energy? What is helping me? What is the environment I want to be in? The people that I want to be in? The thoughts, yeah, that are in my head, like how do I deal with them? The food, yeah, the environmental factors like sun and weather and temperature and so on and so forth. Or like for many that are neurological need, like a certain clarity in the room and so on and so on and so forth. And there's you sleep, of course, movement, like all this stuff. You need to figure it out. You need to figure it out. Enough that you can do your stuff. Not more. You know? Don't become like a diet super yeah, no, it's not needed. Yeah. So that you can do your thing. Like yeah, don't stop like here, like in the preparation part. Yeah, I optimized my sleep and I optimized my food, and now I actually don't know what's the next thing that is happening now. I never thought about it. And I thought, what's happening? I thought I'd do this and then that's it. No, actually not. It was just a preparatory part. Now you're supposed to actually do the work. Yeah? Okay. I need to like really think about this now. Maybe I just continue with optimizing my sleep and optimizing my nutrition. Okay, good. So yeah, anxiety, sleep. No, anxiety, not sleep. Cut it out. I will not cut it out. It's too much work. Anxiety, energy, and then there's the rest. 10%. Yeah. If you manage this two, then it's like poof, world is open. Okay, yeah, tschüss.